What is going on, guys? Welcome to Greggles TV Daily. How's everyone doing? We have basically one story today, two stories, I guess, if you could say, and then a whole lot of questions. I got like 0 questions yesterday. I got one, thank you. But beyond that, I got a bunch of questions, so that's gonna keep us pretty busy. And we have some really cool stuff, especially live in America. So let's jump into that story first. Our first story of the day is about the Galaxy Z Fold 3 and Z Flip 3 for the last couple of days, weeks. We've been talking about One UI 4 beta coming over to the Z Flip 3 and Z Fold 3. And as of basically last night, early this morning, you can now get the One UI 4 beta on your Galaxy Z Fold 3 and Z Flip 3. I got it last night. I got a message from, and I'm gonna do this in real time, so sorry about that. He messaged me on Instagram. His name is Mike. It's just Mike. No, It Just Mike on Instagram. Thank you so much. You messaged me last night, told me it's like midnight. I just woke up at like 1 in the morning, checked my phone. I was like, oh damn, I got the update. So I was super stoked. I installed it. I got it going right now. I don't see really anything too bad about it so far. I'll show you one thing that I see is though, when I go into like, and I know I can go into the settings and mess with, but like when I open up the Target app in the big screen, it's not taking over the whole app, or the whole screen, I should say. I know there's a setting for it because previously it was just doing it, and now when I did the update, it's not. So certain apps are acting like this, even though they're probably set within the settings to be full screen. I'll check again to see if it's not, but stupid things like that. The other thing is, and I'm not having this issue because I checked my front display settings after I saw this article, but as you can see from Sam Mobile, they're saying that the Galaxy Z Fold 3 on the cover display, the small display, the front one, is that you're getting 120 hertz is broken on there. I don't seem to be having that issue, but if you are, just know that they will fix it in an upcoming beta. But as of right now, mine's working pretty damn good. Next up is about the Galaxy S21 Fan Edition, a phone we've heard that might potentially come out at the end of January, early February, just like the S22. Well, we're hearing it might come out even earlier than both of those dates. So this is coming from Max Jamber saying the Galaxy S21 Fan Edition won't be available until January 11th, which is sooner than we've heard, next year. And then he just goes on to, kind of make a joke. But ultimately, January 11th, S21 Fan Edition. I've also heard potentially, don't lock this in, but potentially the S22 line of phones might be also available on January 11th. I don't think so. I think that'll come out later. I don't think they want to mix both of those phones together. But yeah, if you're looking forward to the S21 Fan Edition, it might be literally a lot closer than you had expected. With that said, guys, thank you for watching. I super appreciate you tuning in for today's episode. There's more to come, don't worry. We're gonna talk a little bit more, but I'm gonna give you the question of the day, and that is, which phone coming out next year are you most excited about? I know I've asked that phone fairly recently, but I wanna see if your opinions have changed, if there's phones that we're hearing out that might come out are getting you more pumped up. For me, it's the Pixel Fold and the Galaxy Z Fold 4, definitely the two most exciting phones in my book, just because I love the folding phones on there. Also kind of interested what they might do with the Pixel 7. What could they add? What could they change? That's exciting as well. Let me know about you guys in the comments down below. With that said, let's jump into the Q&A portion of the video and drop that beat. You like that? Stereo version with my son. First question comes from JJ. Will there be a Note in Q3 of 2022? No. I mean, from what I'm hearing, no. It seems like the S22 Ultra is completely taking over that reign of being the Note phone. So I'm gonna throw money in and say no. The Duke asks, how much candy did you eat? And how is the voice text on the Pixel 6 versus the iPhone versus the Galaxy phone? So let's answer candy. I didn't eat any candy yesterday for Halloween, so that's definitely a 0. My son, Finney, did you eat a lot of candy? Yeah. He said yep. And then text-to-speech, Pixel 6 is really good. I'm very impressed with it. iPhone is pretty good as well, and Galaxy phone is pretty good sometimes. Tyler Unger says, well, not a question. I wanted to let you know that I took your advice and bought the Speck Z Fold 3 case, and I love it. It's perfect for protecting the phone without being too bulky. I also love how it's see-through, and I'm able to see the phone through it. Same case I've been using since day one. You can see no oxidation at all. Still clear as a cucumber, which cucumbers aren't that clear, they're just green, but this is super clear still, gives you a lot of protection. I love this case. I'm super happy Tyler does as well. When I talk about something that I personally think is good, I'm that's my opinion. I like to talk about stuff that's good. If something's not as good, I'll let you guys know, but this is a dope case. Definitely pick this up if you're looking for a good quality case. Big Wilto says, I plan on getting this phone, but my question is, does Waze work when you turn that setting on? I know you're talking about the Galaxy Z Fold 3. I don't know which setting you're talking about. For me, I don't use Waze a lot, but I did check it on this phone and it works completely fine. Just on me being in my house and putting in addresses. My wife, I know for sure, uses it all the time. She has no complaints about it. Next question comes from Moni. I have a question about not phones this time. Is it true that the PS5 rest mode can harm its hardware and causes bugs and many other problems? Because I bought it a week ago and I want to know. In terms of harming it, I've had the phone since, the PS5 since day one. I haven't had any issues where in terms of it like breaking or anything. The only issue I have with it is sometimes it gets a little bit confused about turning my TV on or something else, but that's more like the HDMI port talking. It's probably more so, again, the PS5 and the TV talking to each other, because if I go on my Apple TV and then I switch back, it gets a little confused, but otherwise it works completely fine. Cage says the S21 Ultra is an absolute machine, and with word of the S22 Ultra coming, I was wondering if the difference between the two phones is really enough to spurge on the new model. From the perspective of a non-techie, just a regular consumer, and when the S22 Ultra drops, will the S21 Ultra lower in price immediately or a couple months later? So, if you're a regular phone user, you probably don't need to upgrade. I think most people are just regular users, and the difference between the two cameras is probably going to be very, very small. I wouldn't worry too much about feeling like you're missing out on something. The big differences I think is going to be the S Pen physically inserts into it, which if you're an S Pen user, it's kind of a reason to upgrade. I think it's a big enough reason to upgrade for somebody, because it's going to have the Bluetooth functionality of the S Pen, whereas the S21 Ultra doesn't, unless you buy the S Pen that's more important or more feature fit. In terms of if the price is going to drop eventually, but I don't think you're going to see a huge price jump from when the S22 Ultra comes out to the S21 Ultra, when that's what it's priced at now, or what you could potentially get it at. I'd say if you're thinking about getting it, you should be confident about buying it now and getting a fairly good deal. If not, just wait till Black Friday. Mustafa Ahmed, hi Greg, can you please tell me the Pixel Fold approximate price, what processor is going in? Do you think Google will use their processor or Snapdragon? Do you think Pixel phones are cheaper because Google uses its own processor? So price-wise, I have no idea. My guess though is going to be $1,500. If not even cheaper. In terms of the processor, I believe it's going to use a Tensor, the first generation Tensor, same as the Pixel 6 and 6 Pro. And then what else did you ask me? Do I think they're cheaper because they use their own processor? Maybe, but I think they kind of cut corners in some ways that other manufacturers might totally splurge on, and I think that's how they can get the price a little bit cheaper. New York's Finest says, do you think the S22 Ultra will be priced under 1K? Do you think Samsung looked at the high demand of the Pixel and will make enormous changes to the S22 Ultra to compete with the Pixel, or did you think for the phone there isn't time to make any hardware changes? I think it will be under $1,000, but when it's under $1,000, it's going to be $999. I don't think it'll be $899. Dave says, hey Greg, a black dot just appeared on my Samsung phone screen, a little bigger than the camera dot. Do you think it's a dead pixel, and can it be fixed, or is it toast? I think did you drop your phone? Sometimes when you drop your phone, you get these weird black markings on the screen. It might be like a internal crack of some sort. If it's bigger than the camera hole, I don't think that's gonna be a dead pixel. Dead pixel is usually kind of small. I'd be a little concerned about that. I'd probably reach out to Samsung if I were you. Timothy Hammock says, what was the best battery life, the Google Pixel 6 Pro versus Z Fold 3 for heavy users that never put their phones down? Oh, which phone has the better battery life? I'd get better battery life with the Pixel 6 Pro personally. But I mean, it's going to be different for every user. I mean, some people might get a lot better with the Z Fold 3. It really depends how you use it and what apps you have installed and how many notifications and this and that, how bright your screen is. So it's kind of not a fair comparison, but you should theoretically get better battery life with the 6 Pro. Orlando Ventia says, what's logic behind releasing the FE and S22 line so close together? I would think if we didn't get the FE option, then more people would grab the S22 line. Do you believe it's a tack on the Pixel price point? By the way, I think I'm getting the burgundy S22. Ooh, that burgundy looks dope. That's a good one to choose. In terms of why they're doing it, It's Samsung. Samsung does a lot of stuff to me anyway that doesn't make sense all the time, and this seems like another Samsung thing to do that doesn't make sense. I'm with you. I think they shouldn't release it at all and just really push the S22 cheaper phone for everybody, but who knows why. And the last question of the day comes from Hi Bye. Hey, well, do apps like SmartThings and Galaxy Wearable work for non-Samsung phones on Android? Can I use the SmartThings app as a remote control for Samsung TV? Can I locate devices via SmartThings Find, like Samsung Buds? Does the Galaxy Wearable work for my Find My Watch? What about Samsung Flow to transfer images and videos? Have a wonderful day. Stay safe. I'm going to stick on this question because you asked me so much stuff. Galaxy Wearable app does work on non-Samsung phones, on Android, and on iPhone as well. I don't use SmartThings app that much. I believe, though, you can still use the remote control that's built into that to control your Samsung TV no matter which phone you have it be a Samsung or non-Samsung or even an iPhone. And then I haven't dove too much into how well you can find your things on other devices to find your Samsung like accessories. I believe it works if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. I can't remember. And I don't have anything set up currently near me that could check for you, but I believe it does. If I'm wrong, someone put it in the comments down below. Thanks for your questions, guys. If you have questions, leave them in the comments down below. I'll answer them, and we'll see you down the road. Peace.